Hello friends, my name is Isabella. Today we are recapping the comedy and romance film 5 to 7. So let's start the video. Movie began in New York City during a casual walk. A young writer Brian spots a beautiful woman Ariel smoking outside a hotel. Brian approaches Ariel and lights himself a cigarette too. They talk briefly and the young man learns that Ariel is French. Intrigued by her beauty, Brian agrees to meet Ariel again. During their second meeting, Brian finds out that Ariel is a married woman with 2 kids. Her husband is a French diplomat. The man is a few years older than Ariel and together they have a 5 to 7 agreement. Basically, both spouses are allowed to have extramarital affairs as long as these take place during 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. At first, Brian is a bit perplexed with Ariel and Valerie's open marriage and he is hesitant about becoming Ariel's lover. The idea of dating a married woman goes against Brian's personal values, but he can't stop thinking about Ariel. Therefore, the young writer goes to meet her once more and they initiate an affair. Valerie becomes aware his wife's new lover and decides to invite Brian for dinner. Confused, the young man agrees to have dinner with the Pierpoint family. At the French couple's residence, Brian meets their kids, Jane and other high-profile people. Brian arranges a meeting between Ariel and his parents. They both have different opinions about Ariel. Sam is not happy about his son dating a married woman, whereas Arlene seems to be more supportive. After receiving many rejection letters for his work, Brian hits a breakthrough. A famous magazine, The New Yorker, has decided to award one of his short stories. In addition, the young writer has received an invitation from the magazine to attend its ceremony. The event takes place outside the 5 to 7 time frame, meaning that Brian cannot have Ariel all to himself during the ceremony. Therefore, Ariel shows up with her husband and Jane. Meanwhile, Sam is furious about the situation because he deems it wrong and awkward. During the after-party, Jane introduces Brian to her boss. The young writer's short story has caught the publisher's eye, who now wants to secure a publishing deal with him. With the prize money that he has just received, Brian goes inside a luxury store to buy a ring. He wants to propose to Ariel. At first, she is hesitant about his proposal, but then Ariel changes her mind and agrees to marry Brian. The mother of 2 tells her lover to pack some belongings and meet her the next day at the hotel. That same night, Valerie goes to Brian's apartment and slaps him in the face. Ariel's husband sees Brian's proposal as a betrayal to the couple's 5 to 7 agreement. Nonetheless, Valerie gives Brian a check and tells him to take care of Ariel and give her the life that she deserves. As agreed, Brian goes to Ariel's hotel and to his surprise, she is no longer there. Before leaving, Ariel wrote a letter to Brian explaining her reasons as to why she cannot leave her husband and their children. Despite of still having feelings for Brian, Ariel asks Ryan not to contact her again. After the breakup, Brian sees his very first novel published by Galassi. A few years later, during a random stroll at the Guggenheim Museum, Brian runs into Ariel and her family. He introduces his own family, wife and baby to the Pierpoints and informs Valerie that Jane also has a new life, married and with a son. Before parting ways again, Ariel discreetly shows Brian that she is wearing the ring that he gave to her many years ago. Thanks for watching this video and I will see you later another recap.